to World News Week. I am your host, Shanketer, and today I would like to discuss getting out of debt. Now, debt is a very difficult thing to get out of sometimes when we don't know exactly what steps to take. It seems very overwhelming. We have a lot of student loans and collections and just repossessions and credit cards and everything under the sun. And so sometimes we don't even take a look at our credit report because we feel like there's no use, there's no hope, there's no way that we can ever get out of debt. So I wanted to take some time to give some tips that have worked for me. Um, a lot of this information can be found right on the internet. Dave Ramsey is a financial expert, and I definitely follow a lot of his beliefs and his strategies, and they have been successful for me. So the first thing is first. The first thing you want to do is get a copy of your credit reports. You can get a copy of all three credit bureaus. You can also sign up for Credit Karma, which will give you two of your credit reports. Um, you want to take a look at your credit report. Sometimes there can be inaccurate reporting on there. Sometimes it could be the same account twice. Sometimes a debt can be owed and no longer it's valid on your account if it's over 7 years. Sometimes a debt can be inaccurate. It can show that it's past due when it actually is not past due, or it can show when there's a collection or it's being owed and it's actually been paid. So those are the first things you want to look for. You can't go online and dispute anything that you see on the account that is not accurate or that is out of date. The best thing to do is to send a dispute letter. You can't dispute online. Some things will be removed and some things will not. So you want to dispute online, and then you want to dispute in writing. You want to get dispute letters. You can Google dispute letters that have them online absolutely free. I will put a link in the description for some dispute letters that I found to be helpful. Once you dispute those transactions, that the companies or debtors have 30 days to respond, to confirm, to verify, to show proof of that debt. If it's not done within that time frame, the credit bureau will remove that from your credit report. Now, if one credit bureau do it, then you want to make sure that all credit bureaus do it. Also, when you send the dispute letters, you want to send them certified mail. It costs about $6 or $7, and you want to get a receipt. So they will send you a receipt saying that they received it, and then they will respond in writing, and you'll have that in writing. Once that's done, you will definitely see your credit score go up. Like I said, Credit Karma will give you your credit score free of charge. Now, once that's done, everyone has confirmed those debts, then you can no longer dispute them, and they will give you a date when the ones that will be removed, some maybe in the near future, sometime this year or sometime next year. Then there's some that's going to be on there for a while. So you want to work with those creditors to set up a payment plan. You don't want to work with the collection agencies because you don't owe the collection agency, you owe the actual company. So you want to work with the companies to set up some type of payment plan to get those debt paid. Now, the first thing that Dave Ramsey says to do after you discover what your debts are is to get an emergency fund of $1,000. The reason he said you want to have $1,000 is for those unexpected bills that come up. You know, you need a new alternator, your battery go out, your brake pads, new tire, just things that could go wrong with your car. Normally the first thing happen, if you are a homeowner, it could be your central air, or it could be your furnace, things like that. And when that happens, sometimes we get into debt. We use the credit cards, or we use our bill money, or we get a payday loan and things like that. So to avoid that, he said you want to get $1,000 saved up. Now, be very creative on getting that $1,000, because no one normally has just $1,000 laying around like, oh, I already have $1,000. Now, if you already have $1,000 in a savings account, then you're good to go. You can get started with paying off the bills. Most people don't, and if you don't, creative ways to save that $1,000. You can do babysitting, you can do dog walking, you can sell some of your clothes if you have a lot of clothes or shoes on eBay or on Craigslist or OfferUp. There's so many different sites where you can sell and make quick money, for those things that you don't even use, you don't even need anyway. You can also sell some of your books online, eBay, Amazon. You can do a garage sale, right in your front lawn or at someone's house that you may know. There's several things that you can do to get that $1,000. So that's step number one. Once you get the $1,000, then you want to set up your savings account with that $1,000, and then every time you get paid, you want to have $25 automatically withdrawn from your paycheck going into that savings account. And you don't want to have a debit card to that savings account. You don't want the account to be at the same place where your checking account is. That way you won't have access to it. You won't be tempted to use it. You want to keep on accumulating that $25. That's the first step. The second step is you want to go to your credit report and find the lowest debt that you owe that had been confirmed. And every time you get paid, you want to send them $25. You get paid every 2 weeks, that's $50 a month. You get paid every week, that's $100 a month. However you do it, you want to send them $25 every time you get paid consistently until that debt is paid. When that debt is paid, you go to the next lowest debt, you add $25 to that. So now you're paying them $50 every time you get paid. You keep adding 25, so on and so forth until all of your debts are paid. Now, it may sound like it takes a long time, but it really does not. Once the ball get rolling, you get that first debt paid off, you're going to feel confident, you're going to feel good about yourself, you're going to feel like, yeah, you're going to start seeing your credit report go up. So please try these tips. If you have any questions or any ideas, or maybe you could tell in the comments about some ways that you got out of debt or how you're getting out of debt and strategies that you use. Anything and everything will help. These are just things that have worked for me, and I've seen my score go up over the past 2 years a lot. Just being consistent and just having it set up automatically where I don't even have to think about it. It's done. The savings is coming out, the payment is coming out, and I'm just using the rest of the money to, pay my other bills. There's nothing I have to think about, and that really helps when you can have everything set up automatically. Automation is everything. Okay, so I do want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. As usual, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Like I said, leave any comments if you have any tips on reducing debt and getting out of debt, and I'll be back with some the next steps in getting out of debt. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.